Oh hi. Medellin, the second most important city of Colombia. The capital of Department of Antioquia, it was founded in 1616 on the riverbank to Porsa as the village of San Lorenzo, since 1675. Medellin is called the industrial capital of Colombia. Besides, the city has the surnames, City of Eternal Spring, Capital of Mountains, City of Flowers, Capital of Orchids, Beautiful Village, Silver Cup. The Spaniards from an expedition of the conquistador Jorge Robledo, who were surveying the area in August 1541 and called its Valley of Street Bartholomew, became the first Europeans who visited the territory where today there is Medellin. However, this name didn't take root, and further Spaniards began to call the valley by her local name Ibarra. In 1574, the Spanish settler Gaspar de Rodas appealed to Council of the province of Antioquia to allocate him 4 square miles of the territory of the valley for foundation of the cattle breeding ranch. Council, after some reflection, agreed to allocate a half from required. The organization of the ranch laid the foundation for economic development of the valley and growth of her population. In 1616, the recent immigrant from Spain Francisco de Guerrera founded the village of San Lorenzo, as it is considered the basis of Medellin. Today it is one of the most prestigious districts of the city, the called El Poblado village. Rapid growth of the city began in the middle of the 17th century when in Antioquia began to develop gold deposits. Thanks to convenient location halfway between the capital of the province of the time, the city of Santa Fe de Antioquia, and gold mines, Ibarra's Valley quickly became the main supplier of food in the province. In process of growth of number of inhabitants and their welfare, more and more persistent were requirements of introduction of local government, what the authorities of Santa Fe de Antioquia counteracted to, being afraid that capital functions will be transferred to the new city. As showed time, their fears weren't vain, though a little premature. On November 22, 1674, the Queen of Spain Mariana signed the decree on formation of city council, but the capital of Antioquia Medellin became only in 1826, after obtaining by the country independence of Spain. The population census, the first in the history of the city, 1675, counted in 1,300 inhabitants. The second, 1787. -14500. Independence of Spain didn't bring Colombia of either political stability or economic prosperity. All the 19th century was filled with economic crises, military coups, insurgent movements and civil wars. Medellin didn't become an exception, though throughout a century his population increased 3 times, and the economy began to rely mainly on the textile industry and metallurgy. After the end of cruel and bloody Thousand-Day War of 1899-1902, the favorable geographical location of the city at last played a role. The population promptly increased from 6,000 in 1905 to card in 1951. The economy grew, new industries appeared. Cocoa beans became the main export goods. During the last quarter of the 20th century, the city of Medellin was considered as the headquarters of Pablo Escobar, the leader of criminal group, taking the 7th place among rich people of the world thanks to drug traffic, according to the Forbes magazine of 1989. In this regard, the city gained bad glory of the capital of world drug trafficking. As Escobar and his colleagues based the business in Medellin, in the American media their organization called Medellinski Cocaine Cartel. Escobar waged terrorist war. The 1980th, the 1990th. Against the Colombian government trying to give the drug baron to United States authorities while that wasn't killed in firefight with constabulary forces on December 2, 1993. His city gained former industrial dynamics of development at the beginning of the 21st century. The subway was built, city infrastructure is improved, the police made significant progress in fight against crime. Now Medellin became the modern, economically developed city attracting a great number of tourists every year. In the rating of the global cities of gold, Medellin is the Gamma city, standing in the same row with Baku, Durban or Honolulu. Medellin lies in a zone of the equatorial climate, but, thanks to 1.5 kilometer long height above sea level and to the western winds from the Pacific Ocean, damp closeness, typical for the equator, is practically absent in the city, and in general it is possible to call climate of Medellin very comfortable for human life. According to National Department of Statistics of Colombia, the number of residents of Medellin in 2013 was 2.5 million people. Racial structure of the population. Metis is -45.1%. White -37.0%. Blacks -6.5%. Indians -2.1%. A large number of descendants of immigrants from the Middle East lives in Medellin. Mainly Christian Arabs. About 3/4 citizens Catholics, the others atheists. Crime. In 1970th, 1980th and 90th, Medellin was one of the most dangerous cities of the world because of actions of Medellinski Cocaine Cartel and the right-wing militarized groups. During the period from 2011 to 2015, the number of murders decreased by 70% and reached a minimum in 40 years. The majority of crimes is committed in poor areas, and rich areas as the 14th commune, El Poblado, we are almost free from crime. One of the most dangerous and poor areas, the 13th commune, San Javier East, is considered. Economy. Medellin possesses modern, advanced, diversified economy which fundamentals are made. Headquarters of Bancolombia, the largest bank of Colombia and one of the largest in Latin America. Ferrous metallurgy. Textile industry. Production of building materials. Food industry. Petrochemistry. Banking. Services sector. In the city, the headquarters of the financial and industrial group Grupo Empresarial Antioquino, largest in Colombia, the country creating 5% of GDP is placed, and in general Medellin creates 11% of the Colombian VVV, being the second most important economic center of the country after the capital. After the termination of gangster wars on streets, Medellin now became a popular destination. The third in the country after Cartagena and Bogotá. Also, the city is famous in Colombia for the sweets which traditions of preparation were delivered here by Christian refugees from the Ottoman Empire. An important role is played by cultivation and export of flowers. Transport. Medellin is served by the international airport of José Cordova. IATA. The Ike. Skerg. With a passenger turnover of 5.1 million people a year. 2012, the second place in Colombia. Regular passenger flights are made to all main cities of the country and also to Panama, Miami, Lima, Mexico City, Quito, Madrid, New York, San Salvador, Fort Lauderdale, Caracas, Punta Cana and Willemstad. Basis of public transport of the city of two bus terminals, Terminal D Transporte Intermunicipal del Norte and Terminal D Transporte Intermunicipal del Sur, serving points of change of numerous bus routes, long-distance buses and the Medellin subway. The last has 2 branches and 28 stations. The areas located on heights are connected to the general transport system 5 lines of the metrocable and cableway. In 2011-2013 in the territory of the Pontifical Bolivarian University and the laboratory with the line of the 42,003 trolleybus of production Belcamash worked. Sites. In Medellin, the city of Botero, called in honor of one of the best-known natives of Medellin, the sculptor Fernando Botero is built. On the area over 30,000 square meters, the museum, the sculpture park of Botero, art galleries, studios for artists, recreation areas were placed. The main idea of this project consists in that Medellin opened to the world as the cultural and art center, but not as the homeland of the leader of Medellin's cartel Escobar. Fernando Botero. Medellin is also known for an annual Fair of Flowers, Feria de los Flores, an important event in cultural life of the city. Famous natives and inhabitants. René Higuita is the famous football player, the goalkeeper of the national team of Colombia. Maluma is a singer and a composer. J Balvin is a singer in style a reggaeton. Cabrera Sergio. Sword. 1950. Film director and screenwriter. Schwanz is a performer of popular music. Escobar, Pablo is a drug baron and a billionaire. Lena Marulanda is a model, the TV and radio host, the actress. Andres Escobar is the famous football player, the former defender of the national team of Colombia. David Ospina is a football player, the goalkeeper of the Neapolitan Napoli and the national team of Colombia. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.